Hello everyone and welcome back to the model bench. I think today I'm going to start working on the hull. Let's have a bit of a closer look at it. You can all see what I can see here, and there's a very distinctive line all the way through that we're going to have to fill and remove. The hull does feel like it goes like a bump and then a dip and then a bump again. So I think when we fill this, I don't know if we're going to get it flat, and it feels a little wavy too. So if I put the camera this way and run it through the light, you can probably try and see what I'm talking about. Try and do that again in the light. Yeah, see, just there. It's kind of ripply. So I don't know how straight we're going to get it. I was at the modelling shop the other day. While I was there, I grabbed some of Tamiya's putty. I also grabbed some 1mm masking tape and also some 2mm masking tape. And I did buy some glues and stuff, but you don't need to see the glues. And also this for the rigging. This is called Fine, suitable for 1 to 300 products. Okay. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that because I'm mentioning the putty anyway. But I don't know if I'm going to fully putty the whole lot of this with the Tamiya putty. I think I'm going to try something just a little bit different. It's probably a little bit out there for the modelling world, but I just want to try something different. Okay, let's see how this goes. I know some of you are probably looking right now going, what is he using? It's probably not the best applicator. I did scratch this up before I put this down, and it is important that you do that. Good question. I just want to finish spreading this one out just for the moment. Yeah, that's working. So while we're at it, we'll just clean up this edge here. Not bad. Try and get any of the excess off because we don't really want it on there. And in case you're wondering what it is, yeah, well, the Americans probably call it not really Bondo, but this is putty. It's quite cheap, it's very flexible, easy to sand, and does a big job like that really easy. Other than things like the Tamiya putty. I mean, sure, I can use this on there, but I mean, what I just mixed up and made is really next to nothing. And if you're working on bigger ships and whatever, I mean, this only takes a few minutes to mix up and put it on there. What I'll do, I'll just fill that little gap there. From this point, I'll move my hands out the way. It's starting to go off, so what we need to do is not muck around with it so much. Get those lines out. Put some more on there. And it's best, just play with it. If you've got any little low spots, just keep adding it. And as it's tacking off, it'll just, the stuff that's on there will stay, and then you can just fill the holes slightly higher. You get just a little bit more fresh stuff. So I grabbed a little bit more fresh, and then just, don't want that on my fingers either, hang on. Okay, I'll take that off in a minute. And now we'll just keep working with that. It's starting to really go off there. There's really not too much here, but I'll just put a little bit on here anyway. Now we just want to sort of finalise it. This stuff sands really beautiful too. So, and by the time I undercoat this, there really won't be any problems. Just, as you can see what I did there, I scraped too much out and I've created a hole. So, I'll go back in and refill it and then just smooth it off. Once it starts to get tacky, that's the time when it stops playing it. So, as you can see, I filled it all the way across. It smells a little bit, but that's okay. Let me just get rid of this applicator for a minute. Also, while that's drying, because I stuck it on my fingers before, I'm just going to remove that. When I say that, I mean that soft stuff just there. Otherwise, that's going to be hard to sand off. And same with probably the little edge just here. I'm just going to smooth that out. I've got a tissue here. Yep. And what we can do, I've got a cup of water here. We can just wet that a little bit and just wipe it away. It's really definitely going off now. Now this stuff is white, and you basically just add a very tiny bit of hardener. I probably added a little bit too much because for the sake of video I wanted it to go off fairly quickly. But if you're not comfortable using this stuff, then yeah, you just add a little less. I mean, this probably went off in about, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes. Now, what else am I going to do while I'm here? Just getting the blank side of my applicator and just scraping up really the inside of that line that I don't want the putty in. And what you'll have is just a very fine remnants of what was there, but in a few hours time when this is dry, probably do this by the morning, this should be quite okay to use. So what I'll do, I'll quickly spin this around. And again, we'll try and fix up this line a little bit. Just while it is soft. You're probably not going to get much more in here. Nope, I don't think so. And it's plenty thick enough on there to come back to sanding that out, to get a ring of the holes, probably the ripple as well, and yeah, just fixing it up. The main part is making sure you don't get this stuff all over the place, and I suppose I pointed this out as a quick and easy way of filling up the hole. You can use it on small joints. Again, just mixing up small stuff. I think a little bit out the box, and this is just another example of it. So I'll just probably leave it there for now. We'll let it go off for many, many hours. These things here, it'll go off on this. Just let it go off, and then afterwards snap it. What would I say? Snap it, bend it, and the putty will come straight off. This is not a bendable part, so it's not going to come off there at all. And because I put very little hardener in it, it kind of keeps it flexible. So this stuff will flex a little bit, not too much though. So I think what we'll do, we'll just leave it there for now, and then I'll come back in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back. It's probably been around about 10 to 12 hours since I've done this. It's now the morning time. I've got my morning coffee just here, and it's dry. So there was probably one thing I did forget to mention, and the beauty of editing is I will go back and put it at the beginning. I did scratch this up before I put this down, and it is important that you do that. So I'd already sanded this a little bit anyway before, actually long before I even done this episode. So I just wanted to mention that, and yeah. So it's quite hard, but I think what we're going to do, because it's sanding, and I've deliberately left this piece here to sort of show you what it is like to sand and how easy it is to sand. But I think what I'll do, I'm going to call this an episode here, and I'll do the next episode on how to sand this out, and I think we'll undercoat it as well. Okay, like always, hope you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye.